So Clinton Joshua and Miwa Olorunfemi star together in yet another movie titled Beyond Wealth after their previous hit movie titled A Love Like Mine. Now, was this movie as good and should it be on your watch list? Let's find out. So the storyline follows Daniel and Elsie, played by Clinton Joshua and Miwa Olorunfemi respectively, a couple whose marriage seemed to lack communication, attention, peace, and everything sweet. And this was due to Elsie's lack of worth for her husband due to his joblessness. Now, will the couple patch things up, or will they go their separate ways? So Beyond Wealth is currently showing on Uchenna Mbunabo TV on YouTube. Movie directed by Chidi, Anyanwu Chidox, having Uchenna Mbunabo and Zion Chukwu Nonso as the producers of the movie. Now enough about the info, let's head into the review. Now one thing is for sure, the narrative is not exactly new. Now marriage being one of the theme of this movie, it manages to touch the setbacks that can come with marriages where the lady seems to be more successful than her partner, including the outcome of what a bad mindset instilled in a child by her parents can cause. Such was the case for the character Elsie and her mom. Now, speaking of the narrative, there was a loophole in the narrative, but I will talk about that when I get to the negative part of the movie. Yes, there are positives and there are negatives. But firstly, let me start with the positive aspects. So Clinton and Miwa Olorunfemi starred in another movie titled A Love Like Mine. That was a hit movie. I made a review on that. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. Now I can say for sure that Clinton and Miwa's on-screen chemistry is really good. Like they slayed each of their roles here. And for the female lead of the movie, Miwa Olorunfemi, she embodied her role really well. That bossy, classy, and condescending aspect of her character, Elsie, she portrayed it well. She ate. She was flawless with her character. Plus, her outfits, that is, her costumes in this movie were really looking nice. Lovely. Then as for the male lead of the movie, Clinton Joshua, yes, his acting was commendable as usual. And I will have to give it to his character, Daniel. The fact that he was able to help his friend find a job even when looking for a job himself was really admirable. Now, if I'm not wrong, this is actually the first time Clinton Joshua is playing the role of a married man. Now, there was a scene that really cracked me up in this movie, and that was the scene where Clinton Joshua's character Daniel was sneaking to take the keys to the store in the kitchen. Now, it didn't look like a husband that was being sneaky. To be specific, it didn't look like an adult that was being sneaky. Rather, it looked like a child that was about to steal from the pot, and that really cracked me up. And I don't blame him because if you're hungry, there's no way you're going to be able to sleep at night. Like, no way. It's really going to be difficult. And for me, it was the scene where those soldiers hijacked Clinton Joshua as if he was a piece of paper that didn't have any weight. Like, that seriously made me laugh. Now, for the support roles, I will start with Oluchi Nwabuzor, who played the character of Nancy. Now, she and Clinton Joshua had some screen time in this movie, and I don't know why these two normally make me laugh without even putting in an effort. I spoke of the two in my previous review of their movie titled Heart Talks. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. Now, there was a scene between the two that really cracked me up, and that was the scene where both of them were dancing. Like, most of Clinton Joshua's facial expression and posture while dancing really cracked me up. Like, their moves were just making me laugh effortlessly. And if you noticed, most of their laughs in that scene were not scripted. If you look closely, you will see that it didn't feel scripted at all. It felt like they were shy while shooting that dance scene. Especially Clinton, if you look well, you will notice it. It was in the atmosphere. But nevertheless, if there was a scene that made me smile, it would actually be that scene because I replayed it a lot. I couldn't go past that scene. Now, the fact that the character Nancy let go of Daniel without demeaning herself by fighting over a married man was really admirable. The fact that she respected his choice was admirable. She was a lovable character to me. Then for Treasure, Ene Joseph, who played the character of Mirabelle, Elsie's best friend, She was my favorite character in this movie. She was a supportive friend who gave good advice to her friend, whether she wanted to hear it or not. She wasn't like certain saboteurs in the name of friends that would just see their friend going down the wrong path and would just stay still, waiting for their downfall, just to end up talking behind their backs. No, the character Mirabel wasn't like that. I loved her character. Then for the last support role, Ekene Andrew, who played the character of Ben, Daniel's bosom friend. Now, honestly, this guy made the dialogues between him and Clinton Joshua quite enjoyable. Honestly speaking, Elsie and Daniel had good friends, good thing for them. Now, Ben, I see what he did there. He was crushing on Nancy and tried to talk Daniel into patching things up with his wife Elsie in the name of the devil you know is better than the angel you just met. Nice going there. Nice go. The cinematography was praiseworthy. Shout out to C. Obiagwu for that. The lighting, camera positions, and everything were good. Shout out to him. Now for the downsides of the movie. Now, when I said that the narrative had a loophole, this was what I meant. The fact that Elsie's mom, played by Patricia Charles, had a problem with poor men that made her raise her daughter with the mindset that all men would want to be with her just because of her father's money. Now, the fact that Elsie's mom was the root cause of Elsie's bad behavior in her marriage was so predictable. Like, it was crystal clear. It wouldn't take time to put two and two together. But what doesn't add up is the fact that Elsie knew that Daniel was jobless before she married him. Yes, there was a scene where her best friend Mirabel said this. So, since Elsie grew up with the mindset that all men would want to be with her because of her father's money, technically she's supposed to search for a man within her class that was already made, right? But she knew that Daniel was jobless before marriage and still ended up marrying him. Like, it doesn't really add up at all. It doesn't really make sense. Secondly, the movie having a duration of 2 hours and 40 minutes. The movie was too slow paced. Like, a narrative like this should have ended earlier. It felt like they tried to stretch the movie. It felt stretched literally. Take for instance, Nancy could have helped Daniel find a job sooner. At least when she first met him, he told her that he was still job hunting. She could have helped him earlier. But no, they had to delay her helping him find a job. The second one was when Elsie's mom told her that she had already invited the barrister to come read the will. But it was only during the second to last scene of the movie that the barrister showed up. The movie was stretched. Thirdly, Elsie's dad, Chief Williams, had just passed away. Now, for a chief with such high status, when they were mourning him, everywhere looked kind of empty. To create more realism, his friends of high status or maybe more extras could have been put there. There was only one man and a woman. And by the way, that lady's tears looked and felt unrealistic. It looked fake. Then as for the work aspects, well, everything about the work aspect was literally surface level aside the outfits. They were talking about company, my father's company, come work at my father's company. But there was not even one scene at the office. It was surface level. And I don't know why Elsie's mom wasn't made to apologize to Daniel for the way she treated him, and even her daughter for raising her with such a bad mindset. So to wrap it all up, I'll be giving this movie a 3.5 out of 5 thumbs up. If you've seen the movie, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time on my review. Bye.